welcome to the Daily Echo. It is finally December 31st. It's Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday, New Year's Eve. So we've been focusing on goals the last few days. I'm going to finish up today's session and we're going to continue on with it because I think the big mistake a lot of times we make is we feel like if we don't set the goal before the new year begins, doesn't matter. The new year started, we've already failed, we have to wait till next year. That's ridiculous. We need to continually set goals. And if you haven't set them all, even by tomorrow or the next day or the next week, reassess yourself and where you want to be. Sometimes we get stuck on the end of the year and the first of the year, sometimes the end of weeks, sometimes the end of months. Heck, you can start your life out, your life begins every day as a new day. So we want to just make sure we're setting goals. But this is a really pivotal time for a lot of people. It seems to give them a little bit of fuel behind their goals. I want to read something to you as we close this echo here. When you're setting goals, a lot of times we tend to go to the financial goals. We go to measurement goals. How much am I going to make this year? How much am I going to save this year? Other types of financial goals, which I think are fine. I think we need to set those. But I want to read you this. It says on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 means not at all satisfied with my life and 7 means completely satisfied. This was a study that was done by Forbes magazine. This is the list of the 400 richest Americans. They averaged 5.8 on this scale of 1 to 7. Now this is the exact same number that the Inuit people in Greenland and the cattle herding Maasai of Kenya, who live in dung huts with no electricity or running water. So they scored exactly the same. And I think what it tells us is that money really doesn't buy us happiness. Now obviously money helps and we need to be able to pay for the things that provide us shelter and other things, and it's nice to have extra. But when you're setting the goals for this coming year, make sure you're looking at personal development. Make sure you're looking at how am I going to increase the relationship with my wife or my husband or my children? How am I going to make them better? Because we featured a few documentaries this last year that talked a little bit about what really makes us happy. One of those was called Happy. And money only is a small portion. Once you have house, once you have water, electricity, and food, there's not a big difference between the person that makes $50,000 and the person that's making $1 million, even though it seems that it would be so. The real happiness in life comes from your relationships and who you are as a person. So make sure you put as much emphasis in that you have a well-roundedness in your goals, because if you focus everything in one quadrant, you may get there and in the process lose your spouse, your children, and all your friends and family. And we see that happen a lot of times. We see a lot of very depressed people that we believe have made it financially, that we believe are successful. And they end up being addicted to medication. Sometimes they take their lives. It becomes a very tragic story. So the most important things in life are focus on those personal things as well. That's really what's going to make us happy. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll be coming at you tomorrow on New Year's Day. Set those goals, and we'll continue to focus on that these next few weeks. As always, thanks for taking time to watch The Echo.